Path of Exile basics, the passive skill tree. The passive skill tree in Path of Exile is basically where this game differs itself from almost any other game out there right now of this genre. The passive skill tree is every time you gain a level and complete certain quests, you get a passive skill point, which you can put into your skill tree. This character, the Marauder, starts right here on the left side next to all the strength nodes. The Templar starts right here, who starts next to strength and int. He is a hybrid class of strength and int. Then there is the Witch, which is an all intellect class. Then you have the Shadow, which starts over here, which is a dexterity int class. Then you have the Ranger, which is all dex, so mainly bows and all that kind of things. Then you have the Duelist, which is a strength dexterity hybrid who can go into a certain direction, who goes into strength and int. Each point you get can go into a simple passive node, which will like increase life regen, reduce damage from critical strikes, fire resistance, lightning resistance, cold, basic things like that. But then you can also, the bigger ones that you see are Keystones. Keystones are basically what change builds drastically from player to player. This one is Troll's Blood. It gives me 1.5% of my life is regen per second. That used to be 2, but they changed it because it was pretty overpowered considering you get it fairly early on in this class's tree. You get Armor Mastery, you get something basic, life and strength. You get more resistances, you get maximum to your resistances. Then there are the bigger ones, which are usually along the outside edge or on the inside, kind of like here and here. Some of the more notably ones, the notably better ones that most people try to get to, I will try to point out. There is Resolute Technique. Is you can never miss, but you'll never be able to get critical strikes, and a lot of builds use critical strikes to do lots of damage really fast. This, you never miss, so you don't need to worry about dexterity, but you also will never get crits. Then they also have one, which is a popular one that I got. It's Blood Magic. It removes all your mana, and instead of using mana to cast skills, you use your life, which in some classes is good, in some it's other. For me, it's beneficial because the skill that I'm using is very expensive to cast, and I wouldn't be able to get enough mana on almost any class to use it effectively. You have Iron Reflexes, which converts all your evasion into armor. So they have evasion armor, and they have armor. They have energy shield, and they have hybrid between those: armor, energy shield, armor, evasion. All the evasion I have gets converted into armor, and so when I use this aura, it basically grants me free armor, which is another good one. You have some ones that aren't too good. Point blank, when you're using a ranged weapon, the closer you are, the more damage it does. The farther away you do less. You get doubles the chance to evade projectiles. Then you have some of them that are pretty worthless, in my opinion. Acrobatics, which I think is the worst one, but I did see a build that was pretty good with it. You removes all of your armor and energy shield, but it gives you a permanent 20% chance to dodge base. You have a 5% normally. This brings it up to a 20 normally, and then you can stack on top of it, and you can increase the percent chance by 3, 3, 3, 2, and then you can also get one for spells, which is not too good. You have one where instead of life leech, your life leech is mana leech, is energy shield leech, which is helpful if you're doing specific builds. 30% more damage on low on life. So basically, you can see that the ones along the edge are really good if you're doing specific builds. And if you're doing specific builds, let's say I wanted to get Chaos Inoculation. I could get it with any class. Like if I want to get it with the Templar, it wouldn't be that hard. It'd be kind of annoying. If I want to get it with a Marauder, that'd be almost impossible because I start here, and I would have to make my way all the way over here. That's why most people that when they do use that, they either start as the Witch or the Shadow. So any class can use anything. It's just each class is more adept into using what they're based off of. So certain builds are good with some things, but you can, if you won't try hard enough, you can go into something that's different. That's basically the passive skill tree. There is a link on their website that you can go that gives you a one you can mess around with to use all the points that you can, all 111 of them, to make a build, plan it out ahead. because the only way to get passive points is by completing quests and finding the items. So it's going to be fairly hard to respec, so they want you to pick something from the start and stick with it. So this is the key passive skill tree basics. Until the next basic video.